Hello everyone, this is Romario with another Premodern video. Before we go any further, I would like to ask you to hit the subscribe button and the like on the video. And if you really like my content, if you like Premodern, tell your friends that like Premodern. Premodern is currently probably my second favorite format to play, and I'll be posting videos every 2 weeks. And if I do make it to the showdown tournaments, I'll post those as bonus videos. So I recently got my hands on a playset of Survival the Fittest in paper, and for this week I won't be posting a brew, and that's probably going to be the case for the next couple of videos that I post. I actually never owned Survival the Fittest in paper, and the last time I played with them I was still like a kid. At least in paper, I did play a little bit of on Magic Online, but it's not the same, right? We play Premodern to play with the cards. So buying a playset of survivals in paper like really felt to me like when I finished my playset of Dual Lands for Legacy. Survivals were the last, let's say, more expensive cards that we can play in Premodern that I didn't own. They were banned like from Legacy a little bit after I got back into Magic, so I just never had a reason to own them. But now that I got them, very happy, and I'll be exploring this part of Premodern that I haven't had a chance to really try, and I'll probably start with decks that are already established before I can try to come up with my own ideas. But yeah, for the first video that I'm going to post in this survival era, I chose to play this deck. I think people call it Survival Welder. It was one of the first survival decks that I saw in Premodern, and Goblin Welder is like one of my favorite cards to play across different formats. Loved playing when I was like younger. Played it in Standard. Played a bunch of Painter in Legacy. So it was like I played it in Mud in Legacy. So when I saw Survival the Fittest and Goblin Welder and Tangle Wire, I was like, yeah, this deck is awesome. That's what I want to do. I understand that the deck is not as good as like when I first got into the format, but I think it's still a pretty sweet deck. And just to go over a little kind of quick over what the deck's trying to do. So again, the deck pairs up Survival the Fittest with Goblin Welder. I wouldn't call it a combo, but it's like synergetic. You got cards like Triskelion, Thopter Squadron, Masticore too, in a way, Shield Sphere. Those are all creatures that happen to be artifacts too. And then you also have like a hidden Mishra's Factory here. And then what you can do is you can put some of those bigger creatures in the graveyard, Triskelion or Thopter Squadron, and you can weld them back. Usually the best way to do that is like with a Tangle Wire that's about to disappear because it's fading, or a Shield Sphere. And also you have like some of the elements you see in normal Survival the Fittest decks, like Squee, because it's just a repeatable card that you can discard to Survival the Fittest. You get Anger. Of course, you also see Yavimaya Granger that helps you find the mountain to turn on Anger. And then you have like little silver bullets in this deck, not that many. You got like things like Sharpshooter, Masticore, Nantuko Vigilante, and Krosan Tusker. In the the games that I play with this deck, it seemed just more like a way to fix your mana. And if somehow you do play against a deck that the game goes really long, like let's say a deck like The Rock, especially in game 1, if you get Genesis plus Krosan Tusker going, you just generate card advantage because you taking a land out of your deck and you also draw an extra card. So you got this little synergy too. I wouldn't rely too much on this like in post board games, because usually decks will try to target your graveyard, right? The other little synergies that we have here that I really liked was the Tangle Wire Winter Orb, paired up with Goblin Welder. So it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Winter Orb lets your opponent just untap one land. If you have a Tangle Wire in play, most likely you're going to have to tap the one land that just untapped. And if you have a Goblin Welder, you can kind of just bring back the Tangle Wire. You can either sometimes just put the Winter Orb in the graveyard at the end of their turn. So on your turn, you can untap all your lands, and then you can bring back Winter Orb to play on your turn. And then when it passes back to your opponent, they don't get to do that. So that's a really cool one. You also got like Winter Orb and just like Quirion Ranger with the Mana Dorks. I said Quirion Ranger and Winter Orb, like that's the best one. No, the best one is to do like Quirion Ranger and Goblin Welder. That way it allows you to have multiple activations of Goblin Welder in the same turn. Now, a few things to keep in mind is that Survival the Fittest is a very mana hungry card. the pay 1 green to discard a creature is not free. So picking up forests to do that can have a real cost. So it's just something to keep in mind. And I think the last thing I was gonna say before we go to round 1, Shield Sphere, very cool card in this deck. It happens to be an artifact that is also a creature, and it costs 0 mana. So it ticks all the boxes for this deck, right? Because like I was saying, Survival Fittest, sure, you can put a Triskelion in the graveyard, but then you need an artifact to bring back a Goblin Welder. Survival the Fittest does both of those things, right? Shield Sphere does both of those things. You can discard one of the bigger creatures you want to put in the graveyard, and you can just tutor up a Shield Sphere that you can put into play the same turn because it costs 0 mana. So unless your opponent's got a Sphere of Resistance on the other side of the board, you should be able to just weld it back on the same turn. And actually, I'm sorry, I lied. We do have the sideboard too. Sideboarding, most of those cards are kind of, again, I think this deck is pretty simple when you look at it. Goblin Tinkerer, it says destroy artifacts. So I think I would bring against any deck that can possibly have cards like Phyrexian Furnace and Tormod's Crypt. It's a possibility. I'm not sure because they do have a lot of artifacts hate here. But having like a repeatable way to destroy Furnace and Tormod's Crypt, it's pretty good. Also very good against Phyrexian Dreadnought, right? Pyroclasm, again, most of the decks have like little creatures like goblins or elves. We've seen some more people playing zombies lately too. That's a good answer to that. I don't know if I would bring against decks that play Meddling Mage, but that's a consideration. Ghitu Slinger is also another one that I like to bring against black decks because you can kill Withered Wretch and you can also just kill Goblin Meddling Mage, like I just mentioned. Not in the same deck, of course, but Naturalize and Uktabi Orangutan is kind of like redundancy for the Nantuko Vigilante. And again, decks that I expect them to have artifact-based graveyard hate, I would definitely bring them. Call of the Claw is very good against Wrath effects. Reverent Silence and Deranged Hermit. Those two cards, I don't really know if they have a spot in the sideboard. Full disclosure, this list is like a list that I found online. I think if I was going to play this deck again, those cards would be something else. Deranged Hermit, it's a really good card. I love me some Deranged Hermit, but I think it's way better and makes way more sense when you're playing Survival and Recurring Nightmare. We're not doing this in this list. The best thing you can do is Deranged Hermit plus Genesis, and I just don't know if you can rely on any graveyard shenanigans post board. In my experience, players will come very prepared to nuke your graveyard after game 1. So I'm not sure. I think the Deranged Hermit and Reverent Silence could just be something else. Maybe I'm missing something here, but I don't think those two cards are good. Whole Breach, again, just the same thing as Naturalize and Vigilante. There are 2 copies of Tormod's Crypt, and again, a lot of the decks in Premodern right now, they somehow interact with the graveyard. And I think currently it's better to have a card like Tormod's Crypt that just nukes the whole graveyard instead of having Phyrexian Furnace, which is one that just like slowly chips away into your opponent's graveyard. I know it cycles, but I think Tormod's Crypt might be a little better. And also the decks that really rely on their graveyard, they're like really fast right now. And it's possible again that maybe the Reverent Silence and the Deranged Hermit should just be 2 more copies of Tormod's Crypt. The Team Fins deck, it's picking up some popularity. I think the last league I played against 2 Reanimator decks, and those are, and of course it's replenished in the format. And those are all decks that they go off like kind of fast, right? So like having the Tormod's Crypt in the deck, but not having an opening hand might not do you any good. So, and again, this deck does not have a way to search up Tormod's Crypt. You kind of just have to draw it. So maybe it's possible that you should have 2 more copies of Tormod's Crypt. And then the last one is Bottle Gnomes. I think I mentioned when I was playing my mono green Ponza deck in the other video. Check out the video. Really sweet deck. I actually had 4 copies of Bottle Gnomes in the sideboard because the card is really good against Sly. It's good against goblins, but particularly it's very good at blocking Jackal Pups. And yeah, so this is just for Sly, and I think this deck might struggle against like mono red decks, right? We don't know. Anyways, so before we go to round one, I just want to let you know that I have had like very few experience playing this deck. I just played a couple of practice matches, so I expect to make some mistakes, and but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, a lot of those cards are like I played when they were in standard, and they're all like a bunch of favorites of mine. So yeah, we'll see you guys for round one. All right, so we're here for round one. Let's see, I guess I'll have to make a match for my opponent. And in my first match, playing some survival of the fittest. That looks like my opponent won the die roll. Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, that's the deck for the next league. Actually, I'm gonna little spoiler for the next league's content. And if I win the die roll, I'll definitely just let my opponent. All right, so this one's kind of close, right? Because if I draw any lands after that, I can play. But I'm wondering if, let's say, if they are playing a discard deck, they take this Sylvan Library. I do have the 2 artifacts and a Goblin Welder. I'm gonna try. We'll see how it goes. The deck also has like, I do have like 4 Birds of Paradise and Quirion Ranger, 1 Llanowar Elf. So I think it's probably all right. If you're playing blue-white deck, then this is bad news. On the bright side, if I have this discard, I can just discard Squee, and it's kind of okay, I guess. I don't know. So cleansing. Okay, that kind of deals with pretty much half of my hand. All right, we drew a land. So I guess I'm just gonna play the Wall of Roots. I was gonna say Wall of Blossoms. I'm not playing Wall of Blossom this list. So it looks like it's replenish. Meh. Okay, they're gonna take my Wall of Blossoms. It's not cool, opponents. Not cool. Well, I guess we're gonna play this Winter Orb. It's not great because they do have Ancient Tomb, and self-cleansing actually doesn't really matter as much now because I have it's like an attunement. I wonder if they're trying to cast a Parallax Wave and okay. Oh, I have Nantuko Vigilante in my hand, but all right. I think they're trying to exile this, but okay. All right, I'm gonna play the Winter Orb. At this point, I'm just getting information like what version of the deck they're playing because I don't think I can beat this unless I draw 3 lands for the next few turns and they don't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, maybe if I draw another land, then I can. I think if we play another Parallax. Yeah, this might just be game. Okay, so all right, maybe I should have. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to game 2. Maybe I should have mulligan, but I thought it was a reasonable keep. All right, so against them, I need Tormod Script. Reverent Silence is not ideal. Let me think about this one first. I do like Naturalize. Tsabo's Weapon come out. Sharpshooter. Masticore. Like, I don't really need to deal with any other creatures, right? Because everything is just big creatures. I'm debating if I want to keep Winter Orb. Because they have the soul lands, right? So like Winter Orb might just become like a one-sided effect. I guess a whole breach. I mean, it's a sorcery speed thing. I mean, Reverent Silence is not terrible. Like a free spell is really good. I could cut the Tusker for another Chimney. All right, we could play this. This does not seem like a good matchup for me. Like a deck that's very good at dealing with creatures, playing against a deck that's full of creatures. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep this one. They probably know what this morph is, so okay, that's a very good draw. I'm gonna attack first. Oh, should I attack first? I mean, I already got to them. Attack step. This is one of those situations that maybe I just realized something. I should not play this Shield Sphere. All right, that's the first point of the league. Maybe that'll be the last one. I had everything like playing in my head. It's cards, Shield Sphere, go grab, Anger, and then Goblin Welder. Okay, it is only 2 mana to flip this, which I do. Which again, I should have probably tapped the Birds of Paradise to cast Survival because I'm not casting anything after that. But putting Shield Sphere in play was definitely a mistake. All right, maybe I'll just draw either a creature or a Tormod Script. I just don't think I have a whole lot going on here. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold on to the Reverent Silence. Yeah, that's not really helping. Trying to think. Yeah, I think if they get a Parallax Wave in play, and then I think the game is just over, right? Just more Parallax, and okay, I can beat this. I'm gonna have 3 cards in hand. If I draw a Tormod Script, I think I might be in good shape. That's not a Tormod Script. But I have 4, 8, 11, 14, Yeah, so I had to do this now, otherwise I'm just dead on board. Actually, I can just have 6 here. I'm not doing anything after this. I'm assuming I'm going to see another replenish this turn. Cool. All right, we'll see you guys here for round 2. All right, so we're back here for round 2 of the league. I'm on the play this time. I queued up with the right deck. I said have fun. I like how they say have fun, not good luck. Like, they're being honest. They're like, I want you to have fun, but I don't want you to beat me. So I think I'm just gonna try to play survival on turn 2. Like I mentioned in the intro video, I just picked up my playset of survivals. I was pretty happy. I'm gonna be trying decks of survival the fittest probably for the next, I don't know, few leagues. If I make it into one of those showdown events, might try that too. Oh no! Okay, all right. I don't know if it makes sense to. I guess it does, right? Because they do play. I think it makes soldiers. I mean, they obviously probably play swords and plowshares too, but the problem like not playing the, survival, like worried about disenchants that against a blue deck, then they can have counter magic, right? So it's like can't really just hold in hand. I think they're more likely to have counter magic than a disenchant effect, right? So I think that was correct. Survival Welder is a deck that hasn't been seeing a lot of play lately, and maybe I'm finding out why. Okay, I could have pinged them, I guess, but it doesn't really. I don't think it matters that much. All right, so I think I'm gonna hold Genesis though. I'm drawing all the cards that I don't want to draw in my hand, except for the survival. I guess that was a good draw. So I'm gonna swing for 2. Anger is supposed to be just like a very small creature that's very angry. This is the on the card. 2 mana. They're not even close to getting to Tron, right? So all right, we're just gonna attack for 2 again, I guess. And I don't think it makes sense to play Birds of Paradise because again, if I draw survival, I think I'd like to try to activate multiple times before they can try to disenchant it again. Alright, so now they're close to getting to Urza Tron. Alright, I guess I'll play the Birds then. Not sure how relevant that's going to be, but they're filtering their chromatic spheres mana, but not doing anything with it. Okay. Alright, so it's a Masticore. I guess we'll play this. Alright, I think Anger is better in my graveyard anyways. I'm asking for 4. This is not very good. Queen of Justice. Yeah, I'm actually, I think I'm just dead on board. I think Goblin Sharpshooter would be like an out to this, but alright, so it looks like Tsabo's Web and Phyrexian Furnace. Not the greatest here. Definitely Color of the Claw. Not really sure what kind of hate they're gonna bring for me, so I think I'll bring Monkey. I can bring the Deranged Hermit, I guess. I don't know if the Deranged Hermit. Yeah, the Deranged Hermit I think is a good like mid-range card, right? Because it's a good top deck against their deck. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think there's a reason why the survival decks that play black are a little better nowadays in the current meta. I think having discard spells are pretty big for this style of deck, so maybe Welders are just too cute. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm facing the same dilemma again, right? Do I plow Quirion Ranger? Okay, that seems a little aggressive, and I think I still want to do this instead of just playing the Mountain Tusker. Is not bad. No. It's not what I wanted. What is this? When they're gonna stifle this? So they had a miscalculation. I think I could have paid for it, right? They said natural Tron. That would not be good for me. I need something like a Tangle Wire or Winter Orb to bait out some counter magic from their hand. This is fine. It's miscalculations. Okay, I wonder if that's just showing that they don't have. Okay. Sorry. So the way we did it, I get multiple activations before Survivor gets destroyed. I'm just gonna get Anger. There's a fetch too. I'm gonna put Genesis in the graveyard. Can't wait for them to untap and play a Tormod's Crypt. What do I like here? So I'm just gonna get the Deranged Hermit. Then I can untap this, pick up a forest. Goblin Welder. It doesn't do that much, right? Because I don't really have an answer to. I'm just gonna get Color of the Claw. There you go. Oh, I still got another search. Okay, I just realized that. They're at 12 life, so I guess I'll just get Triskelion. So if my board doesn't get wrathed, I think Gaea's Cradle or... Okay, what do I want to draw here? I guess I can get the Monkey. They regenerate, they can at least attack for 4 this turn. Have an infinite card in his hand. Alright, so they My Birds of Paradise. Maybe the Wrath of God, and don't realize that Wrath doesn't let you regenerate your creature. So they got 1, 2, ping twice. I don't want to get anything back. Maybe this guy. Is that a mana leak? No. So I only have 2 more lands I can fetch after this. I guess I could have swapped Goblin Welder. Yeah, I could have put Masticore in the graveyard instead of just give them a Chromatic Sphere. Okay, so now I have enough mana to cast a Triskelion, but I don't have a thing to bring back. Okay, let's see. See that I can do this. Okay. Alright, then I guess they're saving 2 mana up so they can activate Masticore. So they got 5 tokens. They might double block here. Yeah, I think it's just try to ping the Welder. I think I'm okay here. I'm still 16 life. Alright, you get a Chromatic Sphere. Really like this art for the Urzatrons. I actually like all of them. I also appreciate my opponents playing like a matching set for their lands. Okay, they could attack. They didn't want to. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can still get that. Alright, so grab Welder back. Birds is basically like mana neutral here. I don't have any artifacts in the graveyard, right? Okay, so I think the play still play this card. And I think I'm gonna make a Thopter. It's really awkward that you have to do this just at instant speed. I suspected that was the case. Okay, so again, we're kind of like in the same spot. We're just trying to push some damage every turn. I think Triskelion plus Goblin Welder might just do here. I don't know, maybe I'll block one of those dudes. Seems like a telegraphed Wrath of God here though. Yeah. Now there'll be the time to play this thing. Aim at birds, but I'm not gonna grab it back. Alright, feel like I barely squeaked by on this one. I think I'm just gonna ship it back. I didn't see any utility lands, right? They're not tronable lands. I kind of like this hand. A little stacky. If this bird gets plowed, things get a little dicey, but okay. So if I play Sphere, Shield Sphere, when I untap, I'll have Tangle Wire, Shield Sphere. Yeah, birds getting plowed was actually really big there. I guess if I draw Quirion Ranger, it might just be even better. Because then I get a repeatable forest. I can draw a land next turn again and then just play Sphere and Tangle Wire. I think the plan here is to just jam. Just jam until I run out of lands. Then, I mean, untapped lands. Then it's just pass. I think I'll try this first. Shield Sphere gives me another permanent I can tap to Tangle Wire. So, yeah, this is not good news. That's a possibility that I was thinking that could happen. But they get to untap. Since they have the egg, they can probably just untap Tower and then tap for the soldier tokens. Interesting. Alright, so I'll have to tap Winter Orb, which means they'll get to untap all their lands, but also means that I'll be able to untap all my lands too. And then I might just keep Winter Orb tapped, I guess. I mean, they only have 1 card in hand. Untap the Sky Cloud Egg? Yeah, okay, so we'll do 2 counters and we'll tap those in. Okay, and I guess I'll try to play Survival. I didn't play a land this turn, did I? No. So I guess I'll get Quirion Ranger. No. I'm just gonna play the Ranger. Untap this, play a Forest, and I'm gonna say go. So they have 2 cards in hand. I need to chain. Yeah, that's fine. So I need to chain into Sharpshooter, and my hand just doesn't do anything. You know, if I have 1 card in hand to 4 cards in hand. Did I bring my Pyroclasm? I don't think I did. Triskelion. So I am dead next turn if I don't do something, right? Okay, so I think I have to get Anger, and then I'll tap Winter Orb again. So this is not how Winter Orb is supposed to be played here. I think I just have to get Sharpshooter then, I guess, and hopefully it will resolve. But I think the game is over. Alright, I'm just gonna do this right now. Do they have a Source of Plowshares? I don't know. Doesn't seem like they do. Alright, so the game is not over, I guess. I have a chance. I don't have another creature though for survival. I do have a Sylvan Library. I'm also kind of curious what they have in hand because, excuse me, they didn't counter or kill Sharpshooter, so I'm not sure. Alright, let's take a ping. So I just need to draw Goblin Welder, I guess. I should have done this the other way actually for this turn. I just realized that because then I could tap my Winter Orb. Alright, so let's do this. I guess I'll get Squee first. And then discard Squee. Get Goblin Welder. Cast Welder. And we'll swap this guy. Make a token. And I can swing for 2. Maybe I'm not in a position to attack now. I should just pass. And they only have 1 card in hand, but who knows? Another Wrath of God? No. Oh, it's like a Stroke of Genius, maybe? Big Angels? Lots of Angels. One doesn't know. It's trying to figure out how to do this. I mean, if it's Angels, Thopter Squadron might be able to hold them back. If it's just a bunch of 1/1s, right, so 7 angels. Don't think I can. Yeah, I'll block here, I guess. So let's see. So I think it's about to fade out. So I could take damage from one of them, not from 2. I don't have any other flyers, do I? Okay, let's see. If I discard Triskelion for another Triskelion, and that's not good enough, is it? No, I think I just needed to make what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means I can only take damage from one of them. I don't think I can make enough tokens, right? Because I can only make 3 tokens out of this guy, and then he dies. Then I can weld back 1, but then I'm gonna run out of mana. All right, we'll see you guys here for round 3, guys. All right, we're back for round number 3 against 8 web. Yeah, I think this hand is good. It's probably one of the better hands I've seen so far in this league. I want to see what they're gonna turn to. Okay, so we're playing against, I guess, some kind of like rock deck. Survival the Fittest. I should go back to playing like not good green decks where people don't expect to see survival. I mean, or people expect to see survival, but I don't have survival because I feel like this is happening very often. So I'm gonna play this and this. That way I have like an extra permanent to tap. I think it was gonna make sense to play Winter Orb. I mean, Sylvan Library instead of Tangle Wire. But all right, so 3 permanents. I guess these 3. All right, so I think now we're gonna do some Winter Orb shenanigans. So I need to tap 2 permanents. It is 2. I guess I'll play a Sylvan Library. Tap this, pick this up, play another one, and I'll attack with the Ranger. And kinda would like to find a survival now. So we're gonna tap 1 permanent. So get a sphere, I guess. Oh, it could be Tangle Wire. Being a little sloppy. These are not good cards. I need to go a little deeper there. Oh, I already played land this turn. I guess I'll just play Masticore. Oh, supposed to attack. And if I need to, I can regenerate Masticore. Okay, so I'm gonna put like this. Sharpshooter. I guess it's card of Forest. Okay. I don't think I need Sylvan Library, but I'll pay 4 for this. And we'll attack for 5. I play the Forest this turn, right? So I guess I'll just pass. Maybe it was even correct to pay 8 life. Go to 3. I don't think they're playing Lightning Bolt in the deck, so I think it would have been fine. I'm just gonna take my draw step here. Let's card a Forest. Now there's a Squee. Actually, both of these are perfect, I think. Alright, so it's room for 5. And I think I have enough mana to cast Triskelion. Uktabi Orangutan. Okay. Well, let's say they're gonna target first, right? Nice, a Triskelion. So if I just do 3 damage to... Okay, I was about to say I was gonna do 3 and then swing for 5. Okay. Alright. So I'm assuming some like... Could be like the other survival deck, right? The like rock survival. I think Tsabo's Web is a card that I don't care about it here. I mean, if it is like a survival type of deck, well, I wonder if they're just like not very lucky in their draws, because the way this game panned out, they didn't have any walls or like Birds of Paradise mana dorks. Makes me wonder how effective Tangle Wires are. I think Naturalize are good. If that's what they're playing, I don't know. It's kind of hard, right? Because I basically won the last game because of Tangle Wire plus Winter Orb, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut 1 elf. I'm gonna put another Naturalize or monkey. I think I'll put another Naturalize. I'll try like this. We'll see if I can get a better idea of what they're playing, because I didn't see any mana dorks or survival, so it's kind of like maybe they're playing this deck, maybe they're not. Oof, this hand is... I think I'm gonna keep it. Oh, mismatch Cabal Therapies. Gross. Birds of Paradise. I just want to name first. I guess it makes sense, especially if they're trying to prevent me from ramping. Oof, that's terrible draw. Alright. Goblin Welder makes me like feel a little better about whatever piece of this card they're gonna play. Like the only one that makes sense now is Naturalize. The other ones don't really seem very effective. Like they can take Tangle Wire, but then if I draw a land, then I can just play Winter Orb and weld it back. It also depends on the context, right? Like it depends what's in their hand. Like they might have cards in hand that don't... Their hand might not care about Naturalize. Maybe their deck don't care about Naturalize. If I keep moving here, the thing moves for them. Okay, so they went for Winter Orb. Then I'm just gonna play Birds and attack for 1. See, you can't cabal the 2 cards down on top of my deck. Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think like Tangle Wire was gonna do much when your opponent has that going on. But I'm doing Tangle Wire. Okay. Oh, that's pretty effective now. But it's all kind of because I bricked on lands. Kind of did that to myself, right? Like I did keep a hand, I only had one land. I think I'm gonna do like this. Then I kind of just want them to like, I don't know, play a Cabal Therapy, name Naturalize and pass. Get 3-drop that, nothing. Okay. Alright, so my options are kind of limited still. I guess I'll just get Shield Sphere and we'll get Tangle Wire. And I get to attack for 1. I have to cross my fingers to draw another creature, I guess. Oh, hold on a second, let me see how this is gonna work. I could pay and grab this thing back and tap, tap, tap. Okay, then I can play this guy and then bring a Winter Orb back. Okay, cool. All right, so we're on the scoreboard. 1 and 2. I think I'm gonna ask my opponent if they were playing a survival deck because Naturalized, it didn't seem like they really cared about them. So maybe I sideboarding correctly, but that was based off the information that I had. All right, I'll see you guys for round 4. All right, we're back for round 4. I'm sure I got the right deck this time. And currently 1 and 2. Finally got some points on the scoreboard. Looks like my opponents will be on the play. I don't think I've won a die roll in this league yet. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last one I recorded, I think I won the majority of the die rolls. So I try to keep track of some of this stuff sometimes because I think there is a conception right now that in Premodern, being on the play or on the draw matters less than in contemporary Magic. And I'm wondering if that's actually the case. Okay, that's pretty annoying, but I'm not sure what deck would play that on turn 1 off of a base swamp. Probably deciding if they want to kill my creature or maybe not. All right, let's go to Forest. Don't think I need another one. So I'll play a Winter Orb and I think I'll just pass. Yep, I can attack. I'm not gonna block. And I think on my turn, yep, that was okay too. Yeah, the Phyrexian Furnace and the Rat, they're gonna make Tangle Wire not as good, but I think it's my best line of play right now. One is deep in the tank with a Tangle Wire on the stack. I'll pick up a Forest. Doesn't really matter which one I untap because I'm gonna tap my whole thing. By thing, I mean my whole board. Right, so next turn, unfortunately, both of us we have to untap our lands. They don't have any artifacts there. No, okay. I was wondering if maybe I could get to the point that I can swap the Phyrexian Furnace with something, but I don't think their deck plays any other artifacts. And I kind of just need to draw Survival the Fittest before I can even do anything really. I'm currently 17, so it's not like I'm in any rush to do anything, but oh, now we are. All right, so I need to tap 2 permanents. In this case, I think I'm just gonna tap those 2 then. Another land. I guess I'll just play Goblin Welder. Playing another Winter Orb doesn't do anything, does it? No, because next turn I'm just gonna tap 1 permanent, so yeah, it doesn't matter. No, they tap their lands. Interesting. I thought they were gonna tap the Ravenous Baloth and the Rat, maybe. You know what? They're 16. There's a Phyrexian Arena. They are not going to be able to do too much with the Winter Orb in play, so maybe, I don't know if that, I don't think it's going to work out. Who knows? Or a Stronghold. Funny enough, I just bought one today from my OGS. It's my second one that I bought. I bought some reserve list cards for, I guess, like an early birthday present for myself. They're going to take this damage? Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's a Phyrexian Arena plus this little Anger. The art for this card is just amazing. Chef's kiss. John Avon. The lands that he painted, and plenty of very good cards in Magic by John Avon. Also wish they had the original Triskelion art on Magic Online. Fortunately, they don't have it. I think we may maybe get to the point here that if a Triskelion hits the board, I might be able to win. I wonder if my opponent's having computer issues. It's not like they're gonna need Ghitu. Ravenous Rats. And I think the way Goblin Welder is worded, both artifacts have to be legal targets. It's a very old template, and obviously 1996 that made perfect sense, but the way the modern rules of Magic work, then they had to clean up a little bit. So yeah, choose your artifacts. Player controls the entire artifacts. In the player's graveyard, if both targets are still legal, the ability resolves, the player most summons and sacrifices. Okay. Yeah. So if I try to swap this for this and they exile in response, then I wouldn't be able to do it. Notably, the only thing here is that it doesn't mention anything about Goblin Welder, so if you put the ability on the stack and the welder dies while this is happening, that doesn't affect the artifacts going from graveyard to play and from play to the graveyard. Should I ask them if they're lagging? I don't know if it sounds... They're just thinking. Sometimes I do have... Next one gets a little complicated sometimes. But yeah, I'll try to do this, I guess. And it's for our Stronghold versus Winter Orb. So I lost 2 Quirion Rangers. Okay. So I think here's the deal. If they tap Ravenous Rats, then... Okay, they're not gonna do that. Alright. Because I think they're gonna, I guess, block the anger with that. Not the Ravenous Rats. If my welder wasn't tapped, I think the game was over. I didn't want to take any chances. I can't really attack, I think. So we're gonna tap 3 permanents. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so if I draw a forest next turn, then I think I can just win on the spot, right? Or, yeah, because then I can survival, discard Triskelion and grab, well, then it doesn't matter. I can just grab whatever because I have the artifacts in play. Yeah, I think I can also just put survival in play. I don't have necessarily... Oh, hold on, they're at 4 life. They're just dead on board. I just attack with those 2. And then let Phyrexian Arena kill them with their upkeep. What I meant to do that. Okay. Alright, so lots of removal. I don't think Tsabo's web was doing good here. Sharpshooter seems interesting. Furnace I don't think is very good though. I think he's gonna bring Naturalizes and maybe something like Whole Breed. I even think like something like Bottle Gnomes, or if instead of Llanowar Elves, let's say if I have Uktabi Orangutan, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, no, that's just the Deranged Hermit's not bad neither, but I think Deranged Hermit is really good like in the versions of survival decks that play black, because then you can do silly things with Recurring Nightmare, but just like green-red, I'm not sure if it's where I want to be. I think I want to do, yeah. Same is okay. I definitely need to draw a second land and Phyrexian Furnace on turn 1. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to play Quirion Ranger. If everything works out okay, then I can kind of curve out Sylvan Library into Tangle Wire, and then, like, even if this gets killed, it's not a big deal. Like, Quirion Ranger is really good, like, if you have, on turn 1, if you have a Birds of Paradise, then later, of course, if you have Goblin Welder. Alright, Survival the Fittest, not Survival. Okay, swing for 1, Scroll Wreck. Did not have that on my bingo card. Oh, I'm gonna attack. Can't forget to attack. Alright, so they only have 3 cards in hand, so this is Scroll Wreck. So I'm gonna have to tap 3 permanents. 1, 2, 3. I could play Nantuko Vigilante. Alright, let me see what they're gonna do first. But I think that's going to be my play. Or maybe I can try to do all in the same turn. Play Morphed and flip it. Plague Spitter. Okay. Yeah. So alright, so I'm gonna do this. Alright, so my Quirion Ranger is going to die. For some reason they tap out both lands. Then I guess I can try to weld back a Triskelion. Does that work? Otherwise I think I can just grab the monkey and destroy this, and then kind of just try to use survival to win the game, just like how we drew it up. Funny how, so like this is from a time in Magic that you had to have a target to. So let's say if they had destroyed something in response, then I would have to find another target, which is kind of funny. We don't have that in modern day Magic anymore. A lot of those types of abilities are like, you may. I was talking to someone that was considering started playing some Premodern, and they asked me that question, like if Flame Tongue Kavu would have to shoot itself if there were no other creatures in play, and then the answer was like yes. That's how Magic was printed back in the day. A lot of my opponent's choice for basics. I think there's a Sagas, Tempest, Mirage, and the first portal, the one that has a circle and masks, are like my favorite ones. Not in any particular order from those like pre-modern era of Magic. Like Ice Age ones, I have like I think if the majority of my deck looks like that, then sure. But for pre-modern, I think that these type of lands it just represents the format more to me. Alright, I think as long as they don't play another form of Graveyard Hate, I should be okay. Emphasis on the should. Think about therapy. What do you name here? Triskelion. Okay. They know I put Triskelion. I mean, they exiled it. I guess not too crazy to think that I play more than one. The editing for this video is going to look pretty funny. I can already tell. This game took a long time. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll take a draw step before doing anything. Let's see what we draw. Masticore. Guess I'm just going to do this. I need to get anger too, right? I mean, it's kind of going all in. Like, you know, if I something doesn't work out here, then kind of sucks, but yeah, just get Triskelion, I guess, and I'm gonna Goblin Welder, and we're... If I had one more green, then I could go grab the sphere, the shield sphere, I guess. I didn't have it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't have another Triskelion. Plague Spitter. That card's pretty annoying. Let's say yes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to just like win the game. Tangle Wire is actually interesting. No, I think it's just better. I'm just gonna swing for some number of damage. So they're at 10 life. Yeah, that's going to die. Okay, that's gonna kill my welder. We're both 9 life. I still have 3 Goblin Welders in the deck. Okay, so I can kind of try to do the same thing again, right? Or there's any reason to wait for... I don't think so. So GG's. Cool. So 2 and 2. So far, I think I've learned some lessons, like some of the hands that I should keep or some of the hands I should not keep. And so yeah, I'll see you guys for round 5 and see if we can maybe come back and end with a positive record. All right, so we're back here for round 5. Let's see how this one goes. Only 2 more matches to the end of the league. Started 0-2. Didn't seem very promising and somehow won the last 2 rounds. I think this hand is okay. I mean, it doesn't have a forest for Ranger, but I'm going to play and I do have 2 mana dorks. So like they wouldn't be able to kill a mana dork and wasteland me. So I think this is fine. And then on turn 2, depending what they do, I can either keep ramping or play Wall of Roots plus Birds of Paradise, or I can play Sylvan Library. So either way, is this Elves? I don't know, it's Enchantress. Okay, cool. Or I'm assuming it's Enchantress. Nice. So I think I'm just gonna get a forest and let me think about this one. So I think I want to keep one of the creatures in my hand. It's actually like a turning point in the game here. I think Birds is going to be the creature I'm going to discard to survival. So I think I just want to play Ranger and Library. Enchantress is not like the quickest deck, right? So in theory, I should have some time here. But I do want to like try to find a Tangle Wire type of effect now, either in Winter Orb or a Tangle Wire. So Enchantress, and against Enchantress, you can kind of just palm like actually I don't need the second Sylvan Library. So let's see, can't really kill this. I guess I'll play a forest and should probably take should I just have like a screenshot of my deck so I can... Yeah, the best thing I have here is Nantuko Vigilante, right? That I can search up. It's the only way I can interact with their creatures. So in this case, I guess I will play the Birds of Paradise, and I think I'm allowed to attack with Quirion Ranger. And there's a Sylvan Library on top of my deck. I don't think I want the Sylvan Library regardless, even if they destroy my survival. I'm sorry, my Sylvan Library. If they destroy my survival, then I just want to hope to draw another one, I guess. So notice it's kind of, maybe it's just my impression, but I think it's kind of common for Enchantress players on Magic Online to play with this particular basic forest. Exploration? Yeah, I can probably do this because I don't see myself ever responding to Enchantress triggered ability. Yeah, second exploration. At least not in game 1. In game 2, if I have Naturalizes in my deck, then maybe yes. But right, so here I think just pretty standard, right? I'm just gonna grab Squee, and I think I'm gonna keep. I'm just gonna do this because I think I'm gonna get an anger, and let me draw first. Make a decision. Oh my gosh, these are the worst possible draws. All right, I don't think I need more. I guess I can pay 4 here. That's fine. So discard anger, and I can grab. If I do Vigilante, so it's 3 mana. Yeah, I guess I can, right? So I'll play a forest. Oh, that was a mistake. Should have played the mountain. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do this. I can pick up a forest. Small mistake on my part, but hopefully it doesn't cost me the game. I could have attacked for 4 here. I also have an extra Birds of Paradise in play, so gotta pay attention to that. And I put the mountain to the left here, and in my head I was like, oh, that's the one I'm gonna play, and I ended up not doing it. So they do have 4 cards in hand, and they played 2 explorations last turn, and they didn't chain any more enchantments, so it's possible they don't have like a great hand. No, that's scary. That's 2 enchantment. Okay. Alpha and Grass. All right. So I really need to find a Tangle Wire plus Winter Orb type of deal. So I get Squee. And I think I'm going to discard again, right? Because I don't want to draw the stuff that's on top of my deck. Is Genesis any good here? I don't think so. I think maybe I just should start attacking. So I'll get Triskelion, and then I'll discard Triskelion. I'll grab a Goblin Welder. Oh, I just realized I won't be able to attack because of Elephant Grass. So I can put this to... Everything has haste now. I guess I'll play the Furnace. Doesn't really matter. Definitely play this guy. Now, what do I want to do? I mean, the more complicated thing I could do is try to kill my own Vigilante, bring it back with Genesis, and then keep trying to kill their enchantments. But that seems so hard to be able to get established. I guess the other option is to... Let me see. Okay, I think I should definitely play birds. I think I have a plan. All right, we're going to discard this guy. I'll get another Triskelion. And then we'll discard Triskelion. And if I get another Welder, can I do enough damage? I can pick this up, play another Welder. I'll weld this back. And then I pass the turn. So that's 3 damage. Swap. It's 3 more damage. That's 6. On my turn is 12. Then I'll just have to be able to attack with some creatures. I don't know if that's... Well, okay, well, now that Elephant Grass is gone... And maybe I played a little too conservative here, like thinking that my opponent is just going to play like a bootleg Storm deck, right? The way Enchantress can go sometimes. Just enchantment, play land, and Sarah Sanctum, play more. Right, so now I do have to create some kind of loop with Genesis and Nantuko Vigilante, right? I think that's the only way I can get out of this one. All right, this might be a scoop time then. Survival's getting targeted. Yeah, I don't have any creatures in hand, so yeah, I think we're maybe a few mistakes that I made there. All right, well, we got a bunch of sideboard cards for game 2. So Naturalize are good. Whole Breacher is good. Reverent Silence is good. That actually might be the best application for this card. I think I want Pyroclasm for Enchantress. And then things that I don't want is like Masticore, Tsabo's Web. I understand that they have Replenish, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. I think Krosan Tusker might be too much. I think also Triskelion. I can probably shave 1. Sharpshooter, not very relevant here neither. I think the only reason to keep Phyrexian Furnace is because it's another artifact and I can do things with Welder, but I don't know if it's the kind of plan I want. No, I think I'm going to cut this. All right. I think this looks reasonable. Wow, this hand would be perfect if I had just 1 land. Yeah, this is pretty good, I think. I mean, the problem is that Pyroclasm plus the two mana dorks here is kind of a number, but depending on how far along the game we are, then Wild Growth. Okay, that's pretty good counterplay to my Winter Orb. So I guess I'll just play the Wall of Roots and we can play this. And I'm gonna hold up, I guess, a Quirion Ranger for now. In case they do play a Argothian Enchantress, then maybe I can just Pyroclasm. Oh, play the Presence. Okay. I guess I'll do this and then, oh, that's a pretty good draw. And then I can do on their upkeep. By do, I mean activate Survival the Fittest. What do I want to grab here? Well, I think I just have to start. I need to like try to win as quick as possible. So I'm gonna get Welder first, and then next turn I can, if Survival still in play, I can discard 2 cards, right? Yeah, so I can discard Squee to get Anger. Anger gets Triskelion. Oh no, that's not enough mana, is it? Okay, so I do need to draw a land. So if I don't draw a land, I think I just put Triskelion in play and don't try to go for the attack in the same turn. So I need to untap this one. So I can cast Welder. Yeah. And we get Squee back. And the second Pyroclasm. Not what I was looking for. But I put the card in my deck, right? So I should be okay with drawing it. Oh, it actually does work, right? Because I will... No. So if I grab Anger, discard Anger, get Triskelion, that doesn't do anything. So I guess I'm going to do this way then. All right. And I'll discard this thing. Grab this one. Play this one. Play this guy, and I'll pass the turn, I guess. It is so much slower that way. So let's say if I didn't have Pyroclasms in my deck, what cards would have kept it? I don't know if it was gonna matter that much. Like my other options would be like what, Tsabo's Web to like draw cards with Welder, but that seems really slow. Oof, they killed my Welder. Son of a gun. I mean, I can just do the same thing next turn, but I guess I would have another Triskelion instead of the second Pyroclasm. But no, I think it's still fine. Yeah. The Tormod's Crypt or the Phyrexian Furnace. Like, you can draw cards, but then it costs mana, so it's not as efficient. But they have 2 mana floating. I'm assuming they're trying to decide if they want to sack for... I mean, use it for Sterling Grove, or if they want to, like, cast another Source of Ploughshares on the Shield Sphere, maybe? I don't know. But opponents in the tank. Okay, so they decide to sack for Sterling Grove. I mean, use the mana to sack Sterling Grove. Maybe at one point I'll say it correctly. Opalescence. That's a good one. Alright, so I get to untap. I guess I have to untap Mountain again so I can cast another Welder. I'll say yes. Okay, that's a good one too, because now I can play Quirion Ranger. I can untap that, pick up the Forest. Alright, we're gonna do... I guess I get Anger, and then so if I get Welder and cast Welder, and then we swap this for this, and we attack for 5. All right. Now the other thing I can do is, if they do cast an Opalescence, I can activate this 3 times, and then I can also use Quirion Ranger to untap Welder. No, that doesn't really do anything, right? I would have to have 2 Triskelions, which I foolishly put one on the sideboard. So I wouldn't be able to do that. But I can, I guess, activate 3 times and untap Welder, and then bring back Shield Sphere, and then kind of reset my Triskelion. I can also just like try to use Pyroclasm next turn, but doesn't seem like the best idea. Like, I will sweep my board, the only thing left would be Triskelion. So you know what I need to play in this deck? I need to play a Goblin... No, is that Orcish Settler? I forgot. What's the name? I'm gonna... Since opponents still... Orcish Settlers? No, that won't cost too much mana. I think there's a Dwarf that does the same effect that I'm thinking. Okay, so they have Wave that is sort of annoying. I found out. Dwarven Miner. That's the one I should probably have in my deck too. It would have been great here to just destroy Serra Sanctum. Alright, what I need to do is just draw Reverent Silence off the top, or a Naturalize off the top. Like, any of my enchantment destroying spells would do here, I think. Even Hull Breach, which is not the best one, but okay, so they wanna plow my Welder. Yeah, I think that's... I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay. It's okay as in the opponent's allowed to do that, make that play, but I'd rather not. So there's 2 Welders that went farming, and not a Serra Sanctum. Doesn't that play just like win the game? Okay, so I can kill this one, I guess. Well, I can't, right? Because they can just protect it too, right? Oh no, then we'll just get exiled forever. Oh, the stack works. I just started recently playing the game. Not really sure how the stack works. They are targeting my... I mean, if I target my own Triskelion, it's gone forever. I don't even know how I can win after that, but I'll figure out. And I couldn't tap something, but I don't think I want to do any of that. Okay, they just tucked it in. All right, yeah, I don't think I can get out of this one unless I draw exactly Reverent Silence, I guess. So I guess I'll take a draw step and see what happens. All right, and yeah, not getting there because trying to think. So this one for 7-8. I mean, I guess I can take another draw step, right? Because 8, so I go to 12. I mean, there are like sequence of plays that somehow maybe I can get back in this, but I don't think so. Since they have Mira's Guile too, I guess for the sole purpose of content creation, I'll try to take a couple more draw steps. But with a deck that's trying to win with creatures and there's this combo in play, then that's pretty complicated too. So it's 3, 7, 10, 11. I think they're sick if I do this now, because they can save the 2 Mirror's Guile and the Seal of Cleansing, but if they do the correct way, then I guess not, right? Because they can just blink it and then it comes back the same turn, and then it goes to untap phase and then they're not sick again. But it looks like they only have 11 points of damage. So, they let Mirror's Guile die. Okay, well then I guess it's only 10 points of damage. Right, 3, 7, 10, yep. All right, let's draw a step to draw Reverent Silence. Didn't draw. All right, cool. So we're currently 2 and 3. We're gonna go to the last round. Hopefully we can end with an even record. All right, we're back here for round 6. Found an opponent. Looks like we're on the play. This thing's got pretty much everything that I needed. Basic mountain in hand is not that great. Unless they're playing elves, then sure, I'll play a Goblin Sharpshooter in turn 2. But other than that, I think this hand is great. All right, so the opponent took a mulligan. We'll play a Llanowar Elf. I wish this was a forest, just so like I don't show what I'm playing. Like I feel like if I just play forest, Llanowar Elf, it screams like elves. Karplusan Forest, elf can be other things. Kind of just hope that they, yep, there you go. Low key, kind of wanted them to just wasteland my Karplusan Forest. I think I'll play Sylvan Library. I think card advantage might be good here. Not really sure what the opponent's playing, but oh, okay. Is that zombies? These are not good draws. As a matter of fact, these are terrible draws. I think I have to play birds, and I'll play the Winter Orb. I'm gonna need like an artifact to put Triskelion in play. So, and the second mountain doesn't really do a whole lot. Like as far as like I don't need to untap it. Really just need to draw a forest here so I can use Quirion Ranger in one of the mana dorks. I can also just like almost like hard cast Triskelion in a turn or two. I don't know. So I'm gonna swing for 2. We'll go to 11. I mean, I'm sorry, go to 9. I am at 11. Not a dark ritual. Oof. Okay. They've got 4 mana. Smother my birds. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, so I need to kill that dude at one point, right? And there's a lot of forests in my deck. Guess I'm just not supposed to draw them today. Let's see. I think now I have to play survival now. And I might just be dead actually. That's crazy. Because now they swing for 2 and they can make me lose 2 more life. But if I kill this, it also makes a 2/2 zombie, right? Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, I might just be dead. Let's see. So if I discard, man, okay, I think I have a plan. If I discard Triskelion, I can get Shield Sphere. Maybe this is what I should have been going for the whole time, actually. Yeah, and I feel kind of silly, actually, because I think if I had gone for Shield Sphere last turn, well, then they'll just smother the Shield Sphere or the Llanowar Elf. If they did the Llanowar Elf, then things would be even worse, right? Because then I wouldn't be able to cast any of my relevant spells because everything is green and that's my only green source of mana. So how much I lose? 2? Is that correct? Okay. And then I don't think I have any. Do I have anything that gains life in my main deck? I don't think so. Do I? No. Right, so they can attack and block here. Definitely have to kill that Shepherd Rot guy this turn. So is that even a line of play here? For I don't think there's one because if I discard this for no, oh crazy, just never drew a forest. All right, let's see. So looks like it's zombies, right? I mean, I guess Ghitu Slinger, Pyroclasm. I'm assuming whatever is the graveyard hate that they're gonna bring against me is like an artifact, right? So I think I'm just gonna also have the monkey. Didn't see anything that Tsabo's web was relevant, so I think I'm gonna cut that. I'm trying to remember if they interact with their graveyard. I don't remember. I'm just gonna say no. And I'm also kind of tempted to put the Deranged Hermit in the deck just because they're a deck that trying to swarm me. Now the other thing that I don't know if some of the other matches I was thinking about, like a deck like zombies, I don't know if the Tangle Wire plus Winter Orb is a very relevant plan, right? Because they put a lot of permanents in play and they have dark rituals too. But I think my deck's still better equipped to deal with that stuff than theirs. Because if I have Winter Orb plus Tangle Wire and just like 1 or 2 mana dorks, it's still okay. They are tapping creatures that could be attacking me. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we're on the play. This hand is not good at all. Also, where did my forests go? Okay, this hand it's alright, I guess. I think there's some value in having anger in my hand. As far as like, no, this could be just a first card I discard and then it just makes a chain a little easier, I guess, maybe. And like Masticore, I can't really take advantage of Masticore until like later. Unless I draw the guy's Cradle. Oh, Dystopia. Okay, that's gonna get sacrificed. My hand was actually kind of like insulated to Dystopia. Like, if I got Welder in play, I probably didn't even care about this card, but that's not how it worked out. If they keep Dystopia around, I think my plan, and that's the thing I'm gonna play towards, is I just try to get 1 Triskelion in play and shoot them for 3 and then win a game. I've never seen that art for this swamp. Well, they're all in on the life loss deck. So if they're not casting spells, I'm assuming their hand is all removal, I guess. That's Sacraments. So I don't like how Magic Online changed enchantments to this frame now. I think it's better to double spell. Maybe? Oh no, because World is not as relevant when there's these dudes in play. And I think I need to draw Pyroclasm. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. I should have probably just played the Sylvan Library to hope to draw a Pyroclasm. The only way I'm rewarded is if they burn 2 removal spells on Birds of Paradise and Goblin Welder, and then I top deck Pyroclasm. Then it's just perfect. Cabal Therapy. Huh. That's probably just name Survival here, right? I feel like every time I play this deck, or any deck that could remotely play Survival the Fittest. Yes, that's what everyone names Survival the Fittest. You play a Forest, turn 1 Birds of Paradise, your opponent on the blind, Cabal Therapy, Survival the Fittest. They don't even think about any other card. It is a very polarizing card, and I don't think in the format anymore, but in the game, right? Because when the card hits the board, usually the game kind of revolves around the one card. So, all right, so I think I have one turn to try to find a Pyroclasm, and I don't know, maybe try to put together some kind of comeback here. Is Pyroclasm or bust? Yeah, all right, it was bust, I guess. All right, cool. So we end up going. I ended up going 2-4 in this league. I learned a lot about this deck. Oh, let me see. Do I get the whole? Okay, I'll just make sure that I got the whole deck in the picture. This is like my first time playing a Survival of the Fittest deck of this style. I tried Elves a little bit before, but like a toolboxy deck. I was trying a few different versions of. That's the one from the Eternal Weekend, but and I also tried the Rock Survival, and it's all because I got my hands on a playset of Survivals in Paper. That was like the last card for Premodern that I wanted to own that I didn't have, and I use Magic Online mostly to practice with decks that I have access in Paper. So as soon as I got the Survival of the Fittest, I was like, all right, well let me try to play some Survival, and I like Goblin Welder, so I want to try this deck. I think the deck is probably way better than the way I played, but I had a lot of fun. I think the toolbox aspect of Survival of the Fittest with this Goblin Welder and Anger, it's really cool. It's a really cool interaction. Obviously very powerful in game ones before your opponent's prepared to exile your graveyard. I think this sideboard, I don't know, I feel like it was a little iffy. There was a lot of the games that I felt like some of the cards just didn't do enough, right? I think if you're playing Survival, you should have like sort of like silver bullets in your deck, right? And the best card here to me seemed to be Uktabi Orangutan. Every other card here just seems like okay. The Deranged Hermit, I'm not really sure what's doing the sideboard. I think that's I probably shouldn't even be in the deck, to be honest. I think the Deranged Hermit and Survival the Fittest, it's a lot better when you're playing Recurring Nightmare. Just like a green-red shell, I don't think so. I think maybe another artifact creature would be better, like a Phyrexian Colossus or something, like that just puts on a clock. But and I think in the main deck, one card that I really liked was the Thopter Squadron. It really helps you turn the corner if you have like one of those board states that like against other grindy decks, right? Like against the Rock or those green-white Terrageddon type of decks. I feel like Thopter Squadron can help out, like, and he just fly over their blockers. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say about this deck. I think a lot of the cards are pretty self-explanatory. Just like, Survival the Fittest plus creatures that do the heavy ETBs. But like I said, I think the sideboard probably need a little more work. And me being inexperienced with the deck, I didn't want to like mess too much with it. I just want to like play a league first and then kind of go from there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it, and I'll be here for next week. By the time I'm recording this, it will be almost time for the next league to start. And I'm probably going to play another Survival deck, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and see you next time.